Hi, my name is Lindsay Rowland, and I'm going to be presenting top 10 tips for preschool educators. These 10 tips that I have found through my research through the course materials have just been really great. I think that every teacher, current teacher, future teacher should just really look into and research because I've learned so much from these 10 tips, and I think it'll benefit a lot of others as well. So, my number one tip would be to involve parents and families within the classroom. This to me is probably one of, if not the most important tip in this list. I think it is very important to just include all families and involve culture and involve diversity and just involve the parents coming in for student teacher night or meet the teacher. This makes the kids so excited. And I remember being little and just being so excited to include my parents to see what I've done at school. So I think this is just a great opportunity. They can also be used as informants, recipients of information, active participants in design, implementation, and evaluation of the curriculum framework. So I think this is a great item on the list that should be followed very carefully and very frequently. My number two is being present, connecting, and extend learning to children. This is a three-step process that I found so helpful when I was learning about it through the curriculum. I've also planned to use this as I begin the new school year. This is just a process to promote powerful interactions with children while also strengthening teacher-student relationships. This is also used to quiet down static that's in an everyday classroom. Static is everywhere in a preschool classroom and you can't really do anything about it. So becoming present and just grounding yourself while connecting with the kids, while extending learning opportunities is just a great way to just really help with the kids and just to lift your spirits up. I think it's a great way. My number three is aiming for providing a responsive classroom environment. This is very important as well. The responsive classroom approach promotes social, emotional, and academic growth, and it also connects and makes a safe and strong classroom and school community, which is extremely important. If you don't have a safe and strong classroom community or environment, then you should just forget about having a successful school year. But having a responsive classroom approach is so important to make children learn and to motivate them and make them feel grounded and safe. And this could also connect back to the three-step process of being present, connecting, and extended learning. My number four is providing a sense of community with class meetings or group time. I personally love group time, and class meetings and group time, in my opinion, is like an anchor in the day. It's where you ground yourself. It's where you promote positive classroom community. Class meetings also promote teaching on respect, positive social cues, and the importance of community. You've learned social emotional skills. You learn reading skills, language skills, math skills. You can implement anything in a classroom meeting while also shining down on a positive atmosphere. You can just spread so much joy in a classroom meeting, and I think that's very important to kids. My number five, is promoting and encouraging higher order thinking skills. I just now learned about the higher order thinking skills, and I think it's great to implement these. Higher order thinking skills are described as drawing from long-term memory, brainstorming, using analytical thinking, evaluating, and problem solving. And I think this should be implemented daily in a preschool classroom because they're so curious. They're so curious at learning and wanting to know what this is and how that works. And I think this is a great thing, the higher order thinking skills, to describe a way to teach curiosity and responsiveness to that curiosity to the kids. I think it's a great way to show this. My number six is engage in enriched conversations. This is also a way to extend learning. You can do this with conversations while learning to ask open-ended questions. Kids want to learn, and the more you make them think and the more you poke at them to brainstorm, I think this is a great way to enrich conversations. Kids love to think. They love to wonder and to wonder what that is, and I think the more you poke at them to just really get their gears going, I think that's a great way to enrich conversation. I should have numbered these. My number 7 is implementing choice making strategies. I've always done this. I've always want the child to feel comfortable in the activity they're doing and just offering the choice that they want and let them choose what they do. This could even be if we're making an art. What color do you want? They love doing that. If they're making it with the color they don't like, they're not going to enjoy it at all. So, offering these choices to children promotes improved behavior, more enjoyable experiences, and an increase of motivation. So, I love this idea. It's great to have children open up and to settle down and to feel like what they're doing is what they're wanting to do. So I think that's great. My next one is promoting social emotional activities and strategies. This can be used in so many things, like I said earlier, with the group meetings and the group time. I think it's great. You can provide guidance strategies, emotional charts, and calm down centers. There's so much you can include with social emotional and pretty much any center, any activity, any group time, but I think it's very important to do. The next one I have is participating in powerful interactions with students. I personally didn't know what the term powerful interaction was before I took this course, but it means to engage in powerful interactions is that a teacher exchange is in a purposeful and a meaningful manner to a child that promotes a high impact on learning. I think this is great, and this also reminds me back of the poking and prodding of getting their gears winding to think. So I think this is a great tip. I really think every interaction should be powerful and positive and impactful, because if you're not any of those, then you're not really doing what the child wants you to do. They're wanting to learn from you. So I think that's great. The next one and the last one I have is focusing on increasing emotional intelligence. This is a very good one that I'm wanting to learn into more after this course ends. And focusing on increasing your own emotional intelligence is just learning to ground yourself as a teacher in the classroom. And just it also helps promote a teacher's mental well-being while also being in their classroom. And it also includes an increase of patience and a decrease in stress. I have so many days where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I love my kiddos, but I need a break. I think it's really important to do the 3-step process. Let me go back to that. And that is being present, connecting, and extended learning. Grounding yourself in a classroom doesn't only teach you how to ground yourself, it teaches the children how to ground themselves. So I think that's very, very important, as all of these tips are. So that was my 10 tips for targeted towards preschool educators. Thank you for listening to my video, and have a good day. Bye.